You don't have to tell me who I'm seeing. We're taking time apart. Her message came through at 2 in the morning. So I turned that temporary pause into something final. Now she's pleading for a conversation after the guy she was seeing cut her off completely. Hey everyone, before we dive into today's story, if you're enjoying these kinds of real-life experiences, please hit that subscribe button and drop a like to support more content like this. Appreciate it. For several weeks, Emily had seemed unsettled before finally voicing it. Small remarks began creeping into our regular talks. Comments about how everything felt confined these days, or how she craved freedom without constantly justifying her choices. Initially, I dismissed it as typical stress overload. We were both grinding hard at our jobs, barely carving out moments for anything beyond quick meals and streaming shows. Yet beneath her words lingered something deeper, not just tiredness, but emotional distance. We'd shared 3 solid years. I believed our foundation was strong. We'd even discussed upgrading to a larger place, perhaps adopting a pet. I wasn't flawless, but I was reliable. I never raised my voice. I avoided mind games. And I followed through on whatever I committed to. Evidently, that steadiness had started feeling too ordinary. It happened on a Friday evening. We sat down to her preferred meal, beef noodle stir-fry, and she hardly ate. Her gaze met mine, composed yet clearly prepared, as though she'd rehearsed it repeatedly. Can we discuss something important without you getting upset right away? Those words rarely lead anywhere positive. Of course, I answered, placing my utensils aside. I've been feeling like I require some distance, she started. Nothing permanent, just room to rediscover myself. Lately, everything seems unbalanced. Unbalanced in what way? I'm not sure exactly. I simply sense I'm fading a bit. Our routine revolves around jobs, expenses, and our relationship. I don't want resentment to build toward you. I gave a measured nod. You're asking for a temporary separation then? Not quite that, she corrected swiftly. More like breathing room to reflect. I'm not interested in dating others or anything similar. I only want clarity. On the surface, it appeared reasonable, but her refusal to hold my gaze revealed the full picture. Emily, I responded softly. If distance is what you truly want, go ahead and take it. Only be straightforward about the type of distance this involves. Her expression stiffened. Why does every discussion turn into a cross-examination with you? This has nothing to do with you. It's entirely about me reclaiming my identity. Those exact words, this has nothing to do with you, landed heavily inside me. Naturally, it concerned me. It concerned our connection. It concerned her withdrawing from a partnership that had only ever supported her. I chose not to debate. I simply replied, all right, use the time however you need. Surprise crossed her features. That's all. Yes, I confirmed. Forcing someone to remain when their heart has already departed isn't possible. Her face shifted between ease and uncertainty, as if she'd braced for conflict and now felt lost without it. The following morning, she filled a small overnight bag, claiming it was temporary, and mentioned crashing at a friend's place. No emotional farewell, no final embrace. Merely a calm promise. I'll reach out before long. I stood watching as her vehicle disappeared down the street, red lights dissolving into the dawn mist. The moment the front door shut, the home transformed, empty yet strangely serene. During those initial days, I honored her request fully. No messages sent. No calls made. I maintained my routine, office hours, return home, prepare meals for myself. The quiet felt odd, but manageable. I convinced myself that genuine space might help her rediscover her priorities, making any discomfort worthwhile. Then subtle signs emerged. She began watching my social updates without ever commenting. She uploaded images from evenings out with friends, carefully cropping shots to conceal certain details. The pattern seemed deliberate, like visibility without accountability. 7 days went by, then 14. I refused to pursue her. I wouldn't seek progress reports or explanations. I'd granted her independence and would observe her choices. Internally, I already sensed the outcome. Genuine affection allows you to detect departure long before words confirm it. Breaks rarely repair bonds. Instead, they authorize the departing partner to sample existence solo. And Emily was actively exploring that reality. She simply hadn't noticed I was exploring mine as well. It occurred on a Tuesday evening. Exhausted from the workday, I'd retired early. Around 2:08 a.m., my screen illuminated beside the bed. I hesitated before glancing over. Intuition urged me to check. The notification preview shone clearly. Emily, you don't have to tell me who I'm seeing. We're taking time apart. I studied it extensively. Not from surprise. Subconsciously, I'd anticipated something similar. But the delivery struck me. No remorse. No regret. Pure defensiveness, almost harsh, as though challenging me to respond. I reread slowly. It carried the weight of finality. Zero apology, zero longing, zero context. Merely that single declaration. You don't have to tell me who I'm seeing. In that instant, a switch flipped inside, not fueled by rage, but by certainty. After weeks of uncertainty, confusion evaporated. No more waiting. No more speculation about her mindset. I understood my position precisely. Standing beside someone unwilling to show basic consideration even in dishonesty. I sent nothing back. I avoided fully opening it. Phone locked, screen flipped downward. I rose, walked to the mirror, and met my own reflection. Features composed, hollow yet steady. Amid the stillness came an essential realization. This wasn't devastation. This was closure. Come morning, I brewed coffee early and began organizing. Her wardrobe section remained partially vacant since departure, simplifying the task. I collected her belongings, novels, garments, cosmetics, folding everything methodically into containers. Zero drama, zero smashed frames, zero heated messages. I placed her spare key on the surface alongside a brief message. Look after yourself. Next, I contacted my buddy Marcus, who kept an extra bedroom available. Yo, still looking for someone to split rent? He paused. Everything all right. Just moving forward, I answered. Before noon, I transported the bulk of my possessions. When Emily messaged again that afternoon, Emily, seriously, complete silence now. I'd already relocated. No response given. I skipped reading the chain entirely. Her statements lingered unanswered indefinitely. That evening, sleep came easier than it had for ages. Across following days, she attempted various hooks to restart dialogue. Emily, this reaction seems excessive. We agreed on temporary space. Emily, you're behaving as though betrayal occurred. Emily, you promised we'd navigate difficulties together. Was that empty talk? Silence persisted. Her communications grew progressively agitated, increasingly unsure. The harder she pressed, the weaker their impact became. Several evenings afterward arrived one final attempt. Emily, suit yourself then. You'll realize later, no one will value you the way I did. That nearly prompted a chuckle. Because the truth stood inverted. I'd begun valuing myself in ways she'd never managed. I removed her contact entirely. Not restricted. Not silenced. Simply eliminated. She demanded room. I now supplied it fully. Irreversible room. As she ventured outward experimenting with alternatives, I explored identity independent of her. Each step deepened tranquility. Quiet ceased troubling me initially. Routine continued. Employment, workouts resumed. Proper home-cooked food replaced convenience options. Remarkably soon the living space brightened without her energy dominating it. Atmosphere no longer adjusted anxiously to her temperament. Emily frequently claimed I embraced monotony too readily. I'd once agreed. That period taught me she mistook calm for stagnation. She thrived amid turbulence. I thrived in stillness. 48 hours post-move, she resumed phoning. Calls ignored. They evolved into recorded messages. Initial one sounded light. Hey, noticed your belongings vanished. No need for theatrics. Plan to collect mine soon anyway. Second carried irritation. Ignoring me entirely now. Very grown up. Can't even speak civilly. Third brought tears. Never intended those words that way. Nothing meaningful happened. Only sought perspective. Can't simply vanish me completely. Call back, please. Ignored again. Marcus and I met for drinks later. He'd encountered Emily sporadically through social gatherings. Hearing the precise phrasing, "You don't have to tell me who I'm seeing," he grimaced. "Damn, that's harsh. You holding up?" I affirmed. "Surprisingly well." He lifted a brow. "Then keep moving forward. Patterns like that rarely improve." 7 more days elapsed before renewed contact. Mood had shifted noticeably. "Emily, believe I made a serious error." "Emily, he turned out completely different." "Emily, could we converse? Just once." No answer sent, though intrigue won briefly that evening. I glanced at her profiles. Once vibrant with edited portraits and shared moments, activity had dwindled. Then key details surfaced. The individual she'd guarded so fiercely no longer followed her. His display image altered, erasing any joint evidence. She sought reconnection not from reflection, but abandonment. Following morning, she appeared near my workplace entrance. Visible pacing beyond glass, device clutched tightly, visibly anxious. I could have exited to listen. Instead, requested reception inform her of unavailability. She departed roughly 20 minutes later. 60 minutes afterward, fresh text arrived. Emily, regret causing you pain. Never intended seriousness with him. Merely clearing mental fog. Understand how strained we'd become. Emily, genuinely wished to repair us. Stared lengthy. Realization struck deeper than separation itself. She failed comprehending core issue. Not the individual involved. Not temporary arrangement. Not midnight communication. Core lay in dignity. Subtle variety preventing public embarrassment of trusted partner. She destroyed it irreparably. No pathway restored it. Thread archived instead of answered. Phone set aside. Emily desired dialogue only after her fallback severed ties. I'd adapted to stand-alone existence already. That evening on Marcus's terrace, beer in grasp, city illumination below, emotion surfaced absent months prior. Neither fury nor resentment. Pure liberation. Released from endless speculation. Relational strategy games. Fading optimism, she'd eventually reciprocate decency shown consistently. Greatest aspect? Identity of her companion became irrelevant. He'd inadvertently assisted greatly. Second week transformed her outreach from heartfelt to frantic. Quiet nod relentlessly. Texts arrived hourly-ish. Alternating remorse, frustration, occasionally combined. Emily, acknowledge wrongdoing, yet acting as infidelity occurred. Emily, least inform finality rather than vanish. Emily, me perhaps? Simply converse. Longing exists. Response unnecessary. Quiet itself answered adequately. Particular evening, 12 consecutive rings occurred. Device silenced. Charging nearby. Film viewing alongside Marcus continued. Mid-scene vibration resumed. Fresh recording. Played aloud curiously. Trembling tone emerged. Unbelievable behavior. Considering sacrifices made. Merely disoriented, all right? Believe perfection resides in you. Superior somehow? Marcus smirked. Not genuine remorse. Performing for compassion. Accurate assessment. Emily sought dominance restoration. Identical leverage once assumed possible. Pushing boundaries until breakage. Breakage never arrived. Departure had. Days afterward, fresh approach surfaced. Emily, discuss situation with mother. Claims coldness unlike you. Emily, believes affection lingers. Correct assumption? Headshake followed. Issue centered, not outreach itself. Method employed. Familiar tactics. Disguised as worry. Message crystallizing, everything arrived next. Emily, future regret inevitable, realizing unmatched significance I held. Nobody matches affection provided. Classic phrasing. Repeated across disputes. Reminders of fortunate position beside her. This occasion carried emptiness. Morning afterward, presence manifested at residence entrance. Recently returned from office. Groceries in hand, spotting her perched on entry stairs. Hood raised. Eyes swollen. Might we speak? Soft request. Sigh escaped. Conversation exhausted itself. Emily. She rose. Surely not sincere. Always attentive previously. Cannot discard shared history casually. Discarding originated elsewhere, I stated evenly. Recall midnight declaration? Features contorted. Momentary lapse. Alcohol influenced. Frustration peaked. Never anticipated genuine interpretation. Soft chuckle emerged. Not malice, pure astonishment. Explicit statement rendered situation genuine. Attempted arm contact. I retreated. Kindly listen fully. Irrelevant now. Completely absent. Actually. Interrupted gently. Aware he disconnected. Eyes expanded. Explanation superfluous. Quiet communicated sufficiently. Voice fractured. Conclusion reached? Entirely finished? Precisely, I murmured. Finished accepting treatment, implying tolerance privilege. No retort surfaced initially. Stationary stance. Moisture gathering. Former resistance dimming visibly. Passed by heading inward. Farewell, Emily. Faint murmur trailed. Return inevitable. Pattern holds. No backward glance occurred. Evening concluded, blocking contact. Peace motivated, not vengeance. Balcony reflection afterward. Metropolitan radiance beneath tranquil heavens. Pondered peculiarity. Individual once centering existence, now incapable reaching whatsoever. Revenge absent. Liberation present. Finest element. Achievement required 0 verbal contribution. 30 days elapsed prior indirect update arrived. Source. Lauren, former acquaintance of Emily, citing discreetly. Encountered at local cafe. Initial warmth fading upon closer approach. Likely indifferent, yet Emily struggling considerably lately. Allowed continuation without interruption. Evidently companion guarded fiercely, lacked exclusivity. Committed elsewhere. Girlfriend present. Compounded. Utilized Emily transitionally, disappearing upon deeper expectations surfaced. Gossip circulated rapidly. Attempted minimization claiming casualness, yet awareness widespread regarding attachment formed. Currently attending gatherings solo, sharing generic empowerment captions feigning indifference. Observers detected fractures. Formerly boasting plentiful prospects now receiving minimal engagement. No amusement surfaced. No sympathy either. Completion felt absolute. Several weeks onward renewed contact via unfamiliar digits. Unrecognized initially until content displayed. Unknown sender, merely seeking dialogue. Avoid immediate restriction please. Screen contemplated extended period before viewing. Emily, absence noticed deeply. Truly regret actions. Undeserved treatment entirely. Believed distance beneficial, foolishly. Assumed genuine concern existed. Mistaken entirely. Immediate follow-up arrived. Emily, clarity arrived regarding forfeited value. Exceptional qualities displayed. Endurance, fidelity, gentleness. Underappreciated completely, apologized sincerely. Anticipated reconciliation plea materialized, yet unneeded post-healing. No reply dispatched. Device placed aside, meal prepared, evening proceeded normally. Approaching midnight additional arrived. Emily, new romantic interest existing? Inform openly. Acceptance possible. Closure desired merely. Faint smile formed. Not due partnership, but tonal evolution. Individual once ridiculing security, now craving discarded stability desperately. Morning following call placed. Rang twice before connecting. Hello, delivered neutrally. Brief hesitation. Answered genuinely. She breathed. Indeed, confirmed. Requirement stated, Emily? I simply. Voice wavered. Urgent meeting desired. Thoughts consumed relentlessly regarding destruction caused. Rest elusive. Concentration impossible. Failure comprehending personal importance. Emily, stated levelly. Comprehension exists. Recollection present regarding importance displayed during critical moments. Unjust accusation. Justice prevails. Interrupted. Declaration rendered unnecessary knowledge regarding companionship. Concluded matter. Requested interval. Honored permanently. Quietness followed. Renewed effort surfaced. Errors universal, correct? Perfection claimed? Injury inflicted never? Exhaled slowly. Distinction lies owning harm caused. Justification attempted repeatedly. Rewriting prohibited merely loneliness driven. Bitterness emerged. Truly concluded fully? Utterly. Someday remorse arrives, she retorted sharply. Realization dawns unmatched devotion provided. Slight smile formed. Accurate statement. Unmatched precisely. Essence captured therein. Connection severed. Final vocal exchange occurred. Several months afterward professional advancement materialized. Fresh interests cultivated, assurance reconstructed, existence continued absent persistent emotional burden and tactics. Serenity normalized first occasion in extended period. Particular evening chance encounter materialized. Friends celebration gathering. Unaware attendance until entry. Visible astonishment upon recognition. Shorter hairstyle, strained expression. Positioned alongside colleagues mid-laughter when approach occurred. Greetings delivered gently. Appearance improved noticeably. Gratitude expressed. Likewise. Productive period evidently. Glancing toward companions. Indeed. Career progressing positively. Existence satisfying. Hesitation preceded melancholy chuckle. Truly progressed onward apparently. Gazed steadily. Progression initiated precisely evening unnecessary companionship knowledge declared. Features shifted. Polite smile offered. Best wishes, Emily. Attention returned companions. Discussion resumed seamlessly. No prolonged stares. No reconsideration. Serenity alone. Departure later evening prompted simple, profound awareness. Loss extended beyond individual. Access revoked concerning caring iteration existed previously. Desired interval? Extended indefinitely. Thanks viewing. Subscribe channel support, like button appreciated. Thoughts regarding narrative? Comments section awaits.